back to the Talk Tonight podcast. Actually, I don't know what day this is going out. Happy Friday for us, though, isn't it? We're joined by the Waterfalls from Essex. Yeah. How are we all? We all good?
Pretty good.
Yeah, we're all
good.
good, thanks.
Yeah.
By the way, to everyone at home, this is our second attempt, so
Yeah.
already spoke to you before.
Yeah, our energy's really down.
My Wi-Fi did drop the first time, so that's on
Yeah,
me.
fingers crossed I do again.
Yeah.
We've got to say hello for a third time.
There's only so much social interaction I can take. Yeah, all right. So I'm just going to some of the questions that have been sent in or that we wanted to ask. So first one is, why do you choose the name of the Waterfalls? I mentioned this last time we spoke, but I do rate the name. I think there's some shite names out there. It's a good one. And how did you just get together? How did you start?
Well, the name, we chose that because there was no better name. Our stepdad came up with it, and we were like 2 weeks away from doing our first gig. We still hadn't come up with the name, so we were just like, I like the Stone Roses, I like Waterfall, let's be the Waterfalls.
Definitely.
And then like Aaron wanted to change it later on to the Waterfalls, as in FOOL.
I don't remember this. I don't remember.
Well, I remember it. We went to Chips, and Aaron was like,
I think I was just.
I think we need to change the name.
Yeah. I didn't get. I didn't get a say in the
I
name
can't tell difference
because they already had the name before I joined the band, basically.
Yeah.
I think that might be true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did you start off then? So you said you were late joining, Aaron.
Yeah. So no, Owen, my music teacher at school was just like, oh, there's some kids looking for you. They're looking for a singer at school, and Owen just came up to me and just started yapping about something, and that was basically it. My mom told me, she said it'd be a good idea to help with my help with my
that
music.
That was the same with Sam, wasn't it? Because Sam was so close to quitting drums and just doing something else.
Yeah,
and then
and you messaged me
because me and Sam knew each other from primary school. I texted him. I say, "Come on, it'd be fun." And he's like, "Okay." And then his mum's like, "No, give it a go, give it a go."
Yeah.
And here we are, 5 years later. We've just managed to like each other.
And it was the same with me, really. Like, I mean, I was just sitting at home watching the footy, and some random number texted me like, "Do you play bass?" And I was like, "Yeah, why do you want?" Like, I'm used to like.
I texted you, "Do you play bass?"
No, it was. I don't know who it was.
We haven't got our story straight. Jesus.
No, I don't know who it was, but I got texted. Do you play bass?
I'm the one that texted you. What the hell?
So I met.
You didn't have my number saved. We weren't mates.
Oh, yeah. I met him in one of the music practice rooms at school. I attempted to play probably the Resurrection, and then first band practice for about 2 years. Took Sam about 6 months to stop stealing my phone off me and bullying me. But after that, perfect.
Initiation.
Yeah,
Exactly. Initiation.
Oh, that's fair. It's pretty well met from school.
We were in a bit of a sticky situation because the bassist we had before, for whatever reason, dropped out, and we were like a couple weeks away from be like our first London gig, and we were all quite excited for it. The bassist drops out, and you're like, we need to find another bassist. So, but luckily Aaron had Ben in his music class, and Ben joined probably nearly a year after the rest of us, and it's been great ever since. We're not needed to get another. Yes.
So you touched on it sort of briefly then when you were talking. You spoke about Stone Roses, obviously Waterfall, and then you mentioned, was it, and the Resurrection. Are there any other sort of bands or artists that you'd cite as like an influence for yourselves?
We all like really different styles of music, and I think that's probably one of the best things for the band. Because me and Owen have always bonded over 90s music. Sam has always had a good interest in more like modern rock, and Aaron, I don't know what he likes, but he brings something good to the table. Like when we're writing something, we don't write a song and go, oh, we're going to go shoegaze this time, we're going to go Oasis this time. We have the most random influences. If I could compare it to anything, I'd say sort of a mixture between that sort of bedroom pop that's big at the moment and like traditional sort of loud indie guitar stuff. Like that's those sort of bands we're into. But I'm not trying to say we're a new genre. I'm just saying like
no.
Yeah.
Our the guy we record with always gets really annoyed because it's like he's like, what do you want this song to sound like? and we've all got four different songs that we want it to sound like, or more than that. And he's like, how am I supposed to do it? Because it's just so many different genres at the same time. We're all sending them in, and he's just like, what am I supposed to do? They all sound completely different.
Yeah.
But as Ben says, it's good in the end.
Oh.
We're not just ripping off the same couple of songs.
Yeah, exactly. And like having sort of being quite versatile is good anyway, because quite a common criticism is that bands don't have enough of a diverse sound. So it's pretty cool that you're able to do that just based off sort of what you're interested in and stuff. Obviously, your most latest single's called Everything, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when did that come out?
That came out. In the words of Owen, it was an obsession with "Take Me Out" by Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one is just a.
It's the drums. It's the.
Yeah.
We were just like, we need to get that in the song.
Good
There was another song that starts our EP that I was really trying to get it on, and for whatever reason it just didn't make it. Maybe it was too quick or too slow or whatever. But then we wrote this, and we were like, yeah, we'll get that in. It sounds hard. It's just a shame we've only really been able to play it live once or twice.
Yeah.
It's funny you say your new single is Everything, because in our heads our new single is the song that we've just recorded, and
Right.
it's ready to come out. So we're kind of in a different frame of mind. Are we allowed to like announce what it's called, or are we?
No, we'll save that for
Yeah, you can say that for your social. I think it's probably the best for that. I was going to ask later sort of what you had planned next sort of thing, but that's sort of like a hint. And then obviously, hopefully, with everything going back to normal at some point soon,
Yeah.
be able to get out and gig a bit more. So I think it's been difficult sort of trying to get started and trying to get out there in sort of like the world and the climate we live in, because you've been quite vocal and like interactive about the lockdown situation and stuff on Twitter. Like, wasn't one of your music videos sort of like lockdown theme, something like that? I remember reading. So
And that was
way.
Yeah, that was more, I would say, that out of frustration more than anything.
Yeah.
Like, we just wanted. It must have been about 4 or 5 months we went without practicing or seeing each other.
yeah.
That was so frustrating, because I don't know about you guys, but I was sitting in my room just looking at my bass, like, what am I doing? Like,
I was sitting in my lounge and looking at my guitar. So at least I went.
When I was sitting in my bedroom looking at my drums, and it was.
Aaron, what were you doing? Just sitting looking at your bass?
I wasn't. I was just looking at myself, dude.
But yeah, it just kind of worked. I listened to the song a few times, and I thought, that's what we're doing. Like, without wanting to get too up our own arses here, like we're just waiting around. The song's called Wait. Just film ourselves waiting and doing what we're doing in lockdown. It's not. I don't think it's groundbreaking, but it worked for what it was.
No, it makes sense. And obviously, it's quite relevant and things like that. So,
I tell you what, though, I think we are bursting to play gigs again. We'd sorted these gigs out to try and do in London, different places like that. Ben was mentioning it, and Sam had people come and talk to us. But it's just so it's also quite it's difficult, because the gigs that you're going to go back and play are going to be like a handful of people, all not allowed really to jump around and do what you want to do at a gig. Yeah. So it's quite hard to figure out what we're going to do in that sense. But I think we're desperate to do it again. We'd love to do. I mean, imagine doing another Chinneries again. That'd be mental. The problem is you just can't in the same way.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
But at least it's like being resilient. You're still sticking at it and still getting into the studio and stuff. And you still got things planned, because like a lot of artists and things are starting up to sort of roll over and give it, it's not meant to be sort of thing. But the fact that you're still giving it goes quite admirable, I think. Yeah,
well, we're still undecided. We're still undecided. I don't think we've got anything booked in like fully, but the not having to really worry about live gigs has made it a lot easier to write, because literally the only priority we've had is just get new songs out and just keep keep writing, whatever it is, just keep them flowing. And in the end, you
Yeah.
kind of get into a habit of writing songs.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, before the lockdown started again, we were just almost just churning them out every practice, just getting another song done,
Yeah.
or at least nearly there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
So if any labels are listening, we've got plenty to record.
Yeah, no, I'll plug it for sure. But I think that's quite a good point when you talk about it. Things having that like creative outlet during lockdown and things been quite good because like I made it my aim or whatever at the start of lockdown to try and learn guitar myself. Because like this ain't my room. That's not mine. That's my brother's. And I was trying to learn it, so I picked up this like acoustic guitar thing. And it's like I feel like having the creative outlet there in lockdown is quite I don't know, gives every cloud a silver lining. Would you agree? Or? Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Definitely.
yeah. Yeah, I suppose lockdown in a small way was a blessing. Like we couldn't see each other, but sometimes I suppose you can get quite creative when you have nothing else to do. Like you can leave if you can't leave the house more than an hour. It's not like you can even go kick a football around. You got what you have in your room and you use it or you don't. And I think we did to an extent. I think we still are. So yeah, it's been alright.
Yeah.
Well, speaking from experience, especially since I started uni, there's nothing better than absolutely getting off your face, and then at the end of the night, just figure something out, and then wake up the next morning, listen to it. If it's any good, brilliant. If it's not, oh well, you haven't lost any sleep over it. But yeah, there was no question that when I went to uni, a guitar was coming with me and an amp was coming with me because I just couldn't last without them.
Yeah.
Top of the list.
That's fair enough. So what I was going to ask was what is generally your creative process as a gang? So obviously you've mentioned that there's like, I meant to say band, I don't know why I said gang, that was weird. What does it start off with like lyrics, or is there like all those different influences and stuff? I'm not expecting every time you write a tune you get off your face. I don't know, I might be wrong. You might be doing shrooms in my mum's car all the time.
Not me, dude.
But yeah, so what do you reckon the creative process usually involves?
Well, since Sam writes all our songs, I think we should leave it to him to do.
Of course.
Yeah, Sam writes all the drum beats first, and then we put all the lyrics over the top of it. That's how it goes.
Usually.
I don't know. It's changed a lot. We tend to write better together. I don't think we've ever really finished a song on our own. Like if Aaron's written something, it tends to be about half. If I do something, half. Ben comes up with something, and then we finish it together. Because then we're like, we all have our input. If we finished it individually and brought it to practice, the other persons would say, "Nah, crap, don't like it." So it's best to just like leave it open.
Yeah,
and then work together.
True.
Because we all don't listen to each other's type of music. If we write something in our own interpretation, we're just gonna hate it like off each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and everyone comes up with different ideas.
Yeah, Owen writes the greatest mid-90s love ballads ever, and Aaron writes these like great, like just funky songs, and, like, both of them in a good way. But neither of them are like my thing. So I try and like, guide them, get ignored, which I don't mind about.
You don't guide anything. What is you on?
No, but definitely, like there's when I've written stuff, they'll say, yeah, I like that bit, I don't like that bit, and then we rewrite another bit, and it's better. It's stuff that I'd never think to do really, because I'm in my little box, and then we help each other out. But it's definitely a communal thing. I don't think there's ever been one that's been written completely by one person and it's turned out good.
Yeah.
I think the best part of writing is when Owen is really good with riffs, really good. He can do it like better than anyone in the band. So Owen's making riffs. I'll tell him if I like it or not. I mainly do the chords, Babbitt has obviously his bass lines. We just tell Sam what we want, if we want it loud or quiet.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam, play loud, play quiet. And then we just go from there. I write all the lyrics and the vocal melodies. Obviously, that's my part. But,
That
the main
comes
part of the song.
completely last though. Like I've seen Aaron writing lyrics and trying to remember them like before the gig. Sometimes. So it's definitely music first, and then really lyrics less important. Not that they're not important, but it's just they're always last thing to think of.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because a lot of people you get on here, it's like everything will be down just to one person. But obviously, as you've mentioned, that you all sort of have different influences and things, I think that's quite interesting, to be fair. But it does kind of make sort of the next question sort of a bit redundant, because it was going to be along the lines of what can we expect next? Is it going to be something new or like the same similar direction? But if it's sort of like
the new song's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's more like, I guess so. Yeah. It's quicker, a little more punky, but still quite indie.
Yeah.
Got some nice distorted vocals. I really like the new song. It's probably like my favorite out of all the songs we've done.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think it was. I noticed it when we went in the studio. I could tell we were all a lot more sure of what we wanted, and we recorded things differently than we had done before, because it was specifically the sound that we were going for, and it's better because of it. The tune is just
definitely
better. It's really difficult not to talk about it, but it's just like
we're allowed to say it's massive. It's massive. Like,
it's gonna be the next biggest thing.
Great.
Yeah.
Potentially, it. Does it count as having a celebrity cameo? Does that count?
What's he talking about? Be quiet.
What are you on about?
I mean, just talk about the name.
Yeah, we can say the name.
Okay.
Nah,
the new. I'm saying it. The new song is called Michael Sarah. So that's our celebrity cameo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't give me much info, but
no, we'll leave it there. But I think
they'd play me in the film.
I think the songs we got coming, they're all happy. They're all hopefully they stay happy. They tend to be quite punky. We go in faster a lot. A lot of the time now when we're writing songs, we just like play it quicker, all that kind of stuff. But no, to be honest, before the lockdown happened and we were practicing, I'd never been more confident where it was going, because all the songs were just great. And then if the songs are good, everything else is good.
Yeah.
We're not ending each practice, we're trying to tear each other's faces off and stuff like that.
I got told Michael Cera would play me in a film. I don't really know how I feel about it.
Michael Cera?
Yeah.
Isn't he like 40 now?
Yeah, I was thinking more on the lines of like Ryan Reynolds or someone.
he's like 32.
No, I could see Ryan Reynolds. I think that would work.
Yeah,
I don't know your life story, but definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, and I was going to ask sort of what is the favourite gig you've played? Obviously, you mentioned you've struggled to sort of get to too many because obviously the circumstances and stuff. But do you want to talk about the gigs that you've done and what you enjoyed about them and stuff? So where is it you've played and how was it?
Speaking for me, the gigs I've always enjoyed most are our own ones. When like we can tend to get close, if not fill out Chinnery's, which is on the south end, seafront, and that's like our local. And when we took a chance one time, I think it might have been Sam said, I reckon we could buy out the place for the night, charge our own ticket prices, pay back, and then get our own bands on, because sometimes we would be put on with people who didn't sound like us. Yeah. So then you'd be going from like lounge indie to like metal sometimes. But those ones have been the ones I've been most proud of and enjoyed the most, because everyone is there for us, or at least for a band that we've got for us, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think my favourite one would probably be Hope and Ruin down at Brighton, because I mean, that for us that was like our first proper, not tour, but it's like we were all in the car together, all went down to Brighton, we all stayed the night, we were in some NAF hostel playing a gig. Waking up getting a massive.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, me and Aaron went clubbing after. You guys went after.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Young man.
Enjoyed the uni students. sort of vibe of Brighton. Like, it was sick. Like,
It was sick.
And sort of been like addicted to the idea of touring since then. To be honest, like, it just seems such a vibe. Like, being able to just get in a van with 4 people and go and play music to people around the country and stuff, and they don't have to listen to us. I don't really care about that part. It's just the whole idea of that. It's just like, it's proper sick. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that sounds like the ideal. Like, I don't know, it sounds cool just listening to it, to be honest.
Being in a new place every night and you play your gig, you find the local drug dealers. Brilliant.
Oh,
PG rated, please.
It's actually got to be PG rated.
Not anymore.
We find the local sweet shop owner.
Buy some sherbet, yeah.
Yeah.
The one question which I was told by the other host I have to ask everyone I interview, even it's not related to music whatsoever. But we have to go around the Zoom call, and you have to tell me your go-to meal deal, like based on where, like, and you have to go in depth as well, like, because for me you can't just say like a bacon sandwich. It has to be like a co-op one, because a co-op one's very different to a Tesco one. You know what I mean? So do you have anything lined up, Ben? Do you want to go first? Go-to meal deal?
Okay. As I get a meal deal pretty much every day because I'm a fat bastard. I normally get the co-op all-day breakfast sandwich, which explains the chub. Then I go for pork pie as a snack, and then normally in innocent smoothie. I think that is like top tier level.
An innocent smoothie does sound quite good, actually. And I like to play a game where I try and see how much money I can save on a meal deal, if that makes sense. And
you get the most expensive things.
Yeah, and the innocent smoothie is like $2.95 some places on its own, so that's always a shout. So I think.
I did the same thing in Wetherspoons. I'd always get the most expensive drink with your meal.
Yeah,
it's still the same price. Brilliant.
Oh, I miss spoons. It's like I'm at uni in England, but then I live in Wales. So I came home like yesterday after there being a lockdown in England, and they've just announced that one in Wales, like the alcohol ban.
Oh
yeah.
It's so long, but yeah. Anyway, Owen, meal deal. What are you saying?
Is it true that pubs close at like 6 o'clock?
Yeah, they close at 6.
Yeah.
Which is just mental.
Sorry, it's quite like cutting out quite a lot. I don't know if people are speaking or not.
Yeah, close at 6, and there's no alcohol at any point. Straight.
Really?
Yeah. No.
What's the point of having a pub then?
Yeah. What's the point?
They're trying to close the pubs and keep the restaurants open. That was like 6 o'clock curfew. Not ideal.
No.
Yeah.
Just got to start even earlier.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's gonna be like being 16 again. Going to fields and shit. Yeah. All right. Owen, meal deal. What are you saying?
What's my favourite meal deal? I ain't got a meal deal since I was like in school.
How?
I'll tell you what though. I'll talk about my favourite meal because I absolutely enjoy anything lamb at the moment because my dog just gets scared whenever he smells lamb cooking because he thinks it's like we're cooking the other dog or something. So we can never have lamb in the house unless it's like delivered to us. And I had a Turkish the other night and I got a lamb with that. And oh my God, the meat just fell straight off the bone. I was in heaven. But yeah, I get. It's not a meal deal, so I kind of changed your question, but I don't get meal deals.
That's fair enough. If you haven't had meal in a while, that's a reasonable answer. To be fair, I mean, personally, I can't see how you live, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Sam, what about you?
Probably the breakfast triple from Tesco as the sandwich. Can't go wrong with that. And then sour cream, whatever. Onion or whatever the thing is, Pringles, a small little one.
Yeah. And
usually a Sprite. I think that's the best bang for your buck.
I think that's all right. The little green Pringles are the ones. Green
yeah, the little green ones.
That's all right. I thought you were picking up the blue ones for a second. I was like, no.
Nah.
I don't know What about you, Aaron? Are you into your meal deals, or are you like going?
Yeah,
Steve
no, I
is
haven't
your
had a meal deal in a
top
while.
10.
No, I usually get, I think it's the hoisin duck wrap. I think
Oh,
that one's
that's fine. That's fine.
Tesco, yeah.
Yeah.
Torre.
I think it's the snack is like fridge raiders, and for the drink, I try and get water, but a lot of places don't have water, which is weird. So like, I just have to get like a Ribena or something. But yeah, I think that's.
Aaron, I think you might be looking in the wrong places. Everywhere I know has water.
Yeah.
No, it's my Sainsbury's the other day. There's no water on the meal deal bit. It's like it's not part of the meal deal.
Gosh,
Yeah.
cheapskates.
That is strange. It's strange. But yeah, the meal deal is usually like the last question we have prepared. So if there's anything you guys want to talk about, we can stay and chat. If not, like, cheers for coming on. Really appreciate it. And
mad.
sorry we have to try it twice and everything, but
No, it's fine. It's good chatting.
yeah.
Have we got anything? This sounds bad to say in front of everyone. Have we got anything else to talk about? Like what
I mean, we have
else?
merch. We've got merch to buy.
That's
People
it.
want to buy merch. We've got t-shirts.
I was meant to bring up the merch as well.
We've got t-shirts.
Manager
Head over to the
Sam
website.
at it again.
Thewaterfalls.net.
Yeah.
We've got some blue and like a navy and a pink t-shirt with the Waterfalls on it.
Yeah.
They're
Primo.
both brilliant. They're both brilliant. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't go and buy one.
Exactly. And it's Christmas soon, so you've got to buy them for you.
Yeah. Don't
Christmas
you want to get
people.
your aunt a band t-shirt of a band
Exactly.
you've never heard of before? Isn't that just what you want?
Exactly.
Go and buy the t-shirt, please.
They actually look quality though. Like
Yeah,
they are quality.
I like them. I got them. I have
They're
no problem saying I got them myself. I was walking around my uni flat in one, and I was talking to my flatmates, getting to know each other, and they were like, "What's your band called?" And all I had to do was point at my t-shirt. So next time someone asks you who your favorite band is, you don't even need to say. You can just be like, "The Waterfalls."
To be fair,
on my t-shirt.
That's like I've got a tattoo on my arm there that says "Love Spreads," you know, the Stone Roses tune.
Sick.
Where I go to uni in York, there's the Stone Roses bar. One of the cocktails is called the Love Spreads. So when I go to order it, I just like show my tattoo, and I think I'm cool as fuck. They probably think I'm dead weird, but like
I've been past that bar. It's open till 6, isn't it, in the morning or something stupid, isn't it?
It's basically a club, to be honest.
Yeah.
What's in the Love Spreads cocktail?
It's basically just a sex on the beach. They just ran it. But yeah, it's pretty sound. It's pretty sound.
I saw the Roses in I think it might have been the Etihad.
Yeah.
In Manchester.
And
when they played Love Spreads, it was like
it
was brilliant.
I saw them there and then Wembley after, which was pretty cool.
You lucky bastard. I never got to see them. Didn't have the money.
Yeah. And now they split up again. So
Shut up. And now Ian Brown's gone completely off the rails, so we'll leave him.
Isn't he like a coronavirus denier or something?
Yeah,
he doesn't believe it exists.
On Twitter, he says some of the maddest shit, honestly.
I've seen videos of him where he was clearly off on one that night. He's doing a gig, and he just stops the song, and he's like, "Do any of you smoke weed out there?" Because maybe someone's lit a fag or something. And people start cheering because you're at a gig, you're gonna cheer, and then he goes, "Get out." And then he just waits until they leave or until someone leaves, genuinely. And then he starts saying, "Anyone here like a bit of coke, do you?" And then people cheer again because they're stupid. And then he says, "Get out again." Honestly, I didn't know what was going on when I was watching this.
I think he did that when
But anyway, it turned into weird.
I went to see Easy Life at Leeds. And when we were there, he literally just screamed out through the tune. He was like, "Has anyone here got some MD?" And everyone was like lobbing bombs on the stage and shit. It's like so stupid. But stewards just make a beeline for everyone in the crowd. It's like so stupid. But yeah, good times. Good times. I miss gigs a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We miss playing them.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really make sense to be in a band and then we've basically gone for a year without doing a gig.
Yeah. 9 months.
I find all the online gigs quite strange because then again, it's still not atmosphere or anything like that. It's just odd. No, but you know, that's the thing about social distance gigs as well. It's just like you go to a gig because you want to just like chill out, do what you want to do, jump around, whatever you want to do. So it seems odd to have restrictions on it, but I know they got to. But yes, Ben's right. I am an old man.
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll be the end of restrictions soon enough if the vaccine works and everything get back to normal. And all you guys can get gigging and stuff. And I do honestly wish us all the best, because like in terms of like people we interview and stuff, so far you're probably the ones whose music I sort of know the most about and listen the most to. So I do genuinely wish you all the best, and like thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, cheers for having us.
No worries. Take it easy.